Hello, everyone. RBG Kim Kid here, back with some more Bravely Default 2. This is Bravely Default 2. Why did I say 2? I don't know. But anyway, in the previous video, we finished off all of the side quests, side content stuff. The only thing that's left is the one that we had before we went to the Pillar of Light, which involves fighting dragons. We faced one of them in the previous part. Now, might as well go fucking beat them all. This is what we're gonna go do. Feel a little more confidante with doing this now, so let's do it.
Here it comes!
Here it comes! Are you going to be weak to holy? Oh shit, hell yeah, that's going to be my time. It's time to shine. Oh, damn it, I forgot to put it back to B for him again.
Decides it.
Light-based.
Time to settle this!
Damn. go. Second one down.
We won.
We won.
You have defeated my guardian. Very well. I shall grant you the Dark Keystone.
All right, 4 more to go.
Okay. The Jabberwock. Probably the one that's gonna be the hardest of them all because of the dread shit. That's probably the main reason he's gonna be rough, is because of that. So unless I had like a way to prevent dread, maybe there was a way. I should also get rid of some people that I no longer have. Their thing too, so delete that. Delete that. And delete them. I have 8, so let's go to some places, cities first, to get our possibly more abilities. There is also still technically 2 of the class guys that we need to fight. I don't know if did I come here? I don't remember. So there's still like 2 of those, but we'll do that in the. Do that for the part leading up to probably the next part where we're gonna get all the crystal things. Actually, these are probably the only 2 places I can go to get people because it's still been a while since I've been to. So it hasn't been that long since I've done Archchild and the other place. Alright. We have this one here.
Here it comes!
I forgot that. God damn it, I did it again to not have Tiz be up. Fire, that's right. Fire. that Viagra. Close. Oh, but he's not using his wind either. Nice. Third one down.
We won.
Anyone get a sense of deja vu?
You have defeated my guardian.
Higher and higher.
Very well. I shall grant you the Wind Keystone.
All right. 3 more to go.
How long take? The Wyvern. Still rest, so I guess we can do that right here. Can also save here too. Oh, finally. I'm gonna assume that I'm at the max with their friendship, because what the fuck? Because I don't think they've gone up at all. See, they've all... Well, Amigo Bot still needs to go up by 1 more, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, I wonder what this one's gonna do. Oh, fuck. Holy crap. God damn it, I keep forgetting to... darkness. Oh, right. This dragon's name's Shinryu. Shinryu. That did kill him. So, Tiz, you're just gonna run support, basically.
Ready to fly?
This was more so to get the DS back. I think we've all at least killed one dragon, like as the final blow, so that's nice. Phew, we won! You've defeated one of my guardians. Very well, you can have the light orb.
We won.
You have defeated my guardian. Very well. I shall grant you the light keystone.
Light keystone, my apologies.
All right. 2 more to go.
So we have earth and water left. Those are the only 2 we have left. I guess right here, so this is where we go to rest our eyes. I'm trying to remember. Okay. I think I know where they're at. I don't know why it feels like they're gonna like a cutscene's gonna play or something every single time where you're coming out of that. It's like, is it gonna play? One ship, the water one would be up here somewhere. There we go. There. We get a level up from this one.
Here it comes!
Here it comes! I keep her. God damn it! Back. Mizuchi. Weak to electricity.
Say goodbye.
ice keystone. Woo, one more to go.
We won. We won.
You have defeated my guardian. Very well. I shall grant you the water keystone.
All right. One more to go.
Let me... the last one's probably the Earth one. That one might be working nice. And I will switch Tiz back to his regular vein. So right here. Right, yeah. Okay, let me switch Tiz back to Thief, because we haven't been stealing any of the dragon scales that they've had, or whatever it is that they get. Here it comes!
Here it comes!
Paralyze? Fuck you. To win. Unfortunately, she don't have me. The one that has me. It's you. Will thunder do damage to you? Okay, they will do Alright. I need to just give them something that prevents paralyzation. That's what I need to give them. Earthing rod, okay. Give that to you. Can I actually... I probably can't buy that anywhere, can I? Probably can't buy that earthling rod, can I? Because I have two of them, so I'm gonna assume that. Hold on. Apparently I can just re-enter Grand... Yeah, enter the... This is how... Fuck, I'm an idiot. Should I cost nothing? Rest here. Perfect. Two of them. Man, that only would have been very helpful during the Dark Dragon fight. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I wish you knew about this way earlier. Like, oh, this is how you get back on the transport. Alright, let's try this again. Now that we are all gonna not be able to be paralyzed.
Here it comes!
Target, bring back one target with KO and restore all HP. Super high HP recovery. Let's just hit him with that Arowaga. Alrighty. Nice. Alright, got down to over 30. Right, there we go. Got everything that's worth getting from. You haven't even tried this Mega Jump Press since you did it. Oh my lord, those cost a lot. Okay, we'll get him. Final turn. Yes, I got the killing blow. Yo, Desert Rose has thorns. Phew, we won.
We won.
You have defeated my guardian. Very well. I shall grant you the Earth Keystone.
Right, we got them all.
All right. We have them all now! Let's return to Vampire Castle with haste!
It's almost crazy how very quickly Dragon Slayer like how here, let's put that stuff back on that we had before. So we got these gloves, and then everyone else had the high K armor, or the high K badge, or whatever the fuck it was called. High K gloves. Anything else? I don't think so. So let's go quickly. And on. We still have 3 of these left to do. I wonder if we actually are gonna end up fighting him. Probably. I mean, he's got things, so makes sense why we're gonna fight him. Nope, doesn't look like anyone's. Now, what is the quickest way to get to Vampire Castle from where we're currently at? I'm trying to think. It might actually be from the town, or is it from the actual castle area? Might be from the castle area, so we might have to go all the way there. Which won't be so bad. Good news is we'll have multiple saves along the way. I don't know what that means when we get to the castle, though. Are we gonna be ran right into like a thing, or is it a whole like? No, you'll be you'll have like a little bit of a dungeon too, I guess. Well, only when we find out. Oh, excuse me. Alright. It does look like the castle or the fortress here would be the quickest way, so. Oh, I can't land here because right. Yay! No interference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Did you hear that sound? I believe the gate is finally unlocked.
That was anticlimactic. He could have at least included a flash, a bang, or a puff of smoke.
Let's head in before Ringabel has a chance to flap his gums again.
Oh, a puff of smoke.
It's freezing in here. Even even colder than it is outside.
Damn. And I'm in a Bravo bikini.
Look at all those paintings.
Did we just stumble into an art gallery?
They all have a sort of forlorn look to them.
But hey, it's not a bad place to get some experience, I'm sure. Guess we'll leave and come back. how close are they? There should be a semi-close, so...
My, what a large portrait. Is that Lord De Rosso?
His wife was sure an attractive one. Oh, and it says something under the painting. Lester, eldest son of the House of De Rosso, future clergyman of the Crystal Adventists and cardinal of the Crystal Orthodoxy. Born in the land of Eternia on a cold winter's day. So, that's his mother, not his beautiful young wife. And that little baby is Lord De Rosso.
Clergyman? Of the Crystal Adventists?
Is something the matter, Agnès?
The Crystal Adventists were the predecessors of the Crystal Orthodoxy. It is now known as the Old Faith. But it hasn't been practiced in over 2,400 years. How could he have been a member of the Adventist clergy? According to this portrait, Lord De Rosso is incredibly old, even ancient.
I mean, I thought, well, I guess...
Yes, indeed. For I was born of these frozen lands in a time some 2,400 years from this day.
Exactly this day. Oh, sup?
And this portrait?
I was but an infant, as you can see. This is a reproduction, however. The original was lost long ago to fire.
And what of the part that reads, Clergyman of the Crystal Adventists and Cardinal of the Crystal Orthodoxy?
Yes. As Wind Vestal, you would be expected to take interest in such matters. But ere I delve into the matter of the Old Faith and the Orthodoxy, allow me to tell of the founding of this land. As you may well know, this land had long been ruled by the Crystal Orthodoxy. However, 15 years passed, the Templar rose up and occupied their lands. Thus was the Duchy of Eternia born. Or so I expect you have been taught. However, the Templar did not found a new state. In truth, he restored an ancient dynasty.
Ancient dynasty.
He did?
Long before the Crystal Orthodoxy ruled this land, it was known as the Kingdom of Eternia. In a time 2,400 years past, Eternia was a bountiful land blessed with 4 distinct seasons. The highlands were not as lofty as they are today. People and ideas flowed freely from other lands. The kings of Eternia were protectors of the Earth Crystal and the Crystal Adventists, ruling in peace for generations. To the west lay the castle of the House of De Rosso, hereditary dukes of Eternia with royal blood in their veins. Relations with the royal family were good, and ever did the kings of Eternia treat the dukes of our house with kindness. In return, the House of De Rosso did faithfully serve generations of Eternian kings.
A family portrait by Lord De Rosso. Little did he know of the approaching maelstrom. Such tragedy that we could not possibly fathom.
Possibly fathom. Safety rain. There's 2 chests. Okay, the whole you're missing multiple treasures. Like, no, I'm only missing 1. Stop. Because I'm missing multiple when there's only that. Succubi! It's like my 4th one of those. Pants. Not probably enough. Ah, you fucker. I could get the ribbon. That'd be great if I could end up getting the ribbon. That'd be awesome. I guess not even just like one ribbon, but like get both ribbons would be great. Both ribbons? I mean, getting all ribbons. Portrait.
What magnificent vestments. This must be none other than Lord De Rosso.
Wrong.
'Tis a portrait of my ordainment as Cardinal of the Orthodoxy. I was as yet... No, let us move on to other matters. I was born of the House of De Rosso, hereditary Dukes of Eternia. Blessed was my youth. My parents showered affection upon me, and I was beloved by the people. And the king bestowed favor upon me as well. Upon royal recommendation, I was made a cleric of the Crystal Adventists, the Old Faith, in my 19th year. I devoted my body and soul to my clerical duties, for king, for kingdom, for faith, sleep became an oft-missed luxury. But before long, a new tide began sweeping through the Crystal Adventists. There were those who wanted the clergy to control the 4 crystals of Luxendarc, rather than local monarchies and temples. That belief formed the core of the Crystal Orthodoxy. The Eternian royal family, keepers of the Earth Crystal, immediately assented to this new way. I soon found myself appointed to the position of cardinal in the Orthodoxy. Me, a mere cleric. Cardinal de Rosso. Those were my days of glory. Even now, the mere sound of the then-new title is dear to me. The old faith was remade entirely into the Crystal Orthodoxy, and the decision was made to elect a Grand Patriarch to rule. Thereupon, cardinals throughout the world gathered for a conclave to elect the first Grand Patriarch.
Is that you?
Amid the conclave's maelstrom, I was approached by a cardinal who wished for me to vote for his choice. I suppose it was my youth and sincerity that made me reject the notion out of hand. But that was my downfall, for I was forced from the position of cardinal by the fraudulently elected Grand Patriarch. I had been but fervent in my beliefs and ideals. What I did only for the Orthodoxy, and for the people of this world.
The old faith and the Orthodoxy. The Kingdom of Eternia and the Duchy. That was all a bit hard to follow.
I agree. There are no major differences in teachings between the Old Faith and Orthodoxy. They both revere the 4 crystals. I have heard that the Adventists gave way to the new and truer ideas of the Orthodoxy and faded away.
No wonder the old faith was abandoned.
Yet there is more to the story, for history is not more than accounts recorded by the victorious.
Yep.
To solidify their power, the victors showered contempt upon the vanquished. So it was those who held the reins of power within the Orthodoxy relentlessly pressed for the Adventists' eradication. No one recalls the words of the vanquished if the victorious write them out of history. 'Tis as if they had never existed.
I'd been taught that the battle between the 2 faiths had been fierce, and in its wake, devastation persisting to this day covered all the lands.
That is an uncharacteristically accurate account for the Orthodoxy, save for their false reckoning of time.
Oh.
It was after the Orthodoxy had begun ruling the world that the endless conflict with the Adventists began. I should know, for I was there to bear witness firsthand.
Lord de Rosso, how could you possibly be that old?
I'm a fucking vampire. Can you not see? I am a fucking vampire. Lord de Rosso's epic orthatory. Annabelle, you were sewing logs almost the entire time Lord de Rosso was speaking. Sewing logs? She means you were sleeping. Ah, so it's not obvious. Obvious? You're snoring like a bear! I was. You'll have to forgive me. Even I know that's really rude. Like this, even if that was an incredibly long bit of oratory. That's right, Annabelle. You're really rude. I mean, your snoring even woke me up. What? You mean you were sleeping too, Adia? Damn, what's wrong with you guys? That was actually very interesting. Give some backstory. Maybe some stuff that could be what's going on in the present. Soul of Tamaza. What does that do? The Soul of Tamaza. Divine enemy that greatly raises intelligence. Ooh, that's actually pretty good sounding. I actually do like the sound of that. Nothing. Shit. Ah, fuck. Out really well. I think I see our traveler over there. Nope. False alarm. Now what's this?
This one shows a castle in flames.
Ah, is it this castle? Oh, damn it. I forgot I need to put it on autoplay.
A large army surrounds it. It looks as if it could fall at any moment.
Is this not this very castle? See, this is the western corridor right here.
There's another castle burning in the distance. It's near where Eternian's central command is today.
So then, that's the Orthodoxy's head temple in flames?
Nay, the distant castle in flames belonged to the King of Eternia, and the castle in the fore. 'Tis the abode of my family, the House of De Rosso.
But why? Why would such a terrible thing?
The kingdom of Eternia was suddenly beset by a great host from another land. We would later come to know that it was a four-state coalition sent by order of the Crystal Orthodoxy. They had been told the King of Eternia sought a return to Adventism and was arming for war against the Orthodoxy. The Grand Patriarchy used this fiction to order a great muster of forces from across the lands.
Fiction, huh?
Alas, I failed to heed the many warning signs. I rejected the scheming Cardinal's choice for Grand Patriarch. But he succeeded in luring votes from other factions, and his became the ruling faction of the Grand Patriarchy. It was they who wished to establish Crystal Orthodoxy as the uncontested world religion. Under their orders, the castle of the Eternian King was besieged. It fell in mere weeks. Before long, the great host was at the gates of our castle, and my father lay brutally murdered. The water supply was poisoned, and the Orthodoxy's forces drew an ironclad ring around the castle. By then, the castle sheltered naught but the elderly, the young, the wounded. There was no hope of resistance. I was forced to sue for peace, even offering my own mother as hostage per their demands. Yet that failed to break the siege. The commoners who had placed their faith in my family and me slowly starved to death. It was then that a letter arrived from a man. That man was the Cardinal, who had sought to influence my vote. The Fiend was now the officer in charge of the attack. He wrote that he would not accept my surrender. Such was the hatred he bore for me. Such hatred that he was willing to let countless innocents die. My mother had been murdered. Our castle was consumed in flames. That is the painting you see here.
How could the Orthodoxy do such a thing?
Because your religion's bullshit!
This all reminds me of what happened during the Great Plague.
Indeed. Perhaps the Templar and I are not so very different. To be betrayed by what you believe in. To have your family and those you protect murdered. Though we do not see eye to eye, perhaps it is a shared sorrow that binds us.
I love getting a history rap lesson. Freaking bats. Oh cow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of job points too. Holy shit. This could be a very well good place to grind too. Dwarven gloves. God, there's still another floor? Holy cow. Okay. This how I want to do this is we do 2 of these, and then we do 1 of got rid of that. Okay. Still a good amount of shit, but like we have bonuses. Hyper bracers. Ah, you threw off my crew. You know what? that once. God, it doesn't come that fast.
Look!
Such fierce flames.
Devastation!
Though I wish not to remember that day, it is indelibly etched upon my mind.
How did you survive?
I didn't.
The Orthodoxy lay siege yet would accept no surrender. My mother, father, relatives, and my people lay dead. It was then I set our castle ablaze. But as the flames began to lick my body, something slipped into me. Betrayed by the precepts I believed in, was I not bitter? Robbed of my beloved homeland, my dearest of kin, my people slain. Amid such despair, was I content to simply welcome death? Nay, I heard a voice. Accept me, and I shall grant life everlasting. Though it shall be filled with grief, thou shalt have all eternity to wreak vengeance upon thine enemies. Did I forge a dark pact with some fiendish entity that day? Or was it a rebirth, triggered by a future me reaching back to the past? Panicked upon failing to find my body, the Orthodoxy chose to denounce my family and me as ghoulish vampires. Thus have I been living an immortal existence ever since.
Then the name Vampire Castle is...
A lie that has been perpetrated by the Orthodoxy for some 2,400 years. Though it is true I am immortal, I am no vampire. I find the smell of blood too revolting to ever drink it. Having said that, I have done naught to quell the rumors. In truth, I endeavored to embellish them.
Might as well.
My ability to transform myself into a bat and grow these fangs are the fruits of many years. Long, long years of effort. Tell me, O Vestal of the Wind, what does the Crystal Orthodoxy have to say about the passing of the first Grand Patriarch?
He chose the second Grand Patriarch and prayed for peace and the well-being of the faithful as he passed peacefully from this world.
Lies and slander.
Passed peacefully from this world, you say? I know the truth to be far different.
What do you mean?
I killed him by my own hands.
The first Grand Patriarch was assassinated, along with his Archbishop, the man who had been my bane. The assassin himself tells you this. There is no other truth.
Hey, I don't
That
care.
was when I forsook this land. Soon after, sightings of the vampire Lester de Rosso began to crop up throughout the world. I became a veritable Duke of Darkness, forging ties with those bearing hatred toward the Orthodoxy, and those it had oppressed. I was the enemy of man, the hated and feared vampire. But more than that, I was known as the arch-enemy of the Orthodoxy. And after some 500 years, a fateful encounter with one whom you all know well. No, let us leave the matter for another time.
Oh? Who do we know someone that we've known for has been alive for 500 years? care. Jeez Louise, how tall is this fucking castle?
A battlefield landscape?
It represents the long and hard-fought war between the Orthodoxy and we denizens of darkness. For 500 years, my thirst for vengeance remained unsated. It had also been 500 years since the Orthodoxy had been founded. The world was in the midst of an age of seafaring and piracy. Compared to the great exchange of ideas and information, the once hallowed Orthodoxy began to lose its luster. The authority of the Grand Patriarch and the Orthodoxy itself began to wane. Fearing irrelevancy, the Grand Patriarchy acted rashly to regain its authority. This led to the unusual decision to select a commoner, the gifted young Yuliana, for an important task.
Yuliana? Sage Yuliana?
Yes, indeed. At age 20, the young Yuliana became High Inquisitor of the Crystal Orthodoxy.
It's hard to believe he ever was young.
It was no laughing matter, for there was no one more skilled at rooting out enemies of the faith than he. The shadowy ones, those who had been working against the Orthodoxy, were crushed by the host he led.
Damn.
In the several decades that saw him age, I cannot count the number of times we have crossed swords, he and I. In the great battle waged on the Karka Plain, the might of our clashing forces rent the very earth into a vast rift.
You mean the rift under Ison Bridge?
In the battle at the foot of Mount Fragmentum, our armies smote the mountain to its very roots.
So that's how that ravine was created.
Ah.
And in the battle fought on the Harina Plain, the once fertile earth was reduced to desolation. The loss of that fertile plain is believed to have ushered in the downfall of the Harina dynasty.
To think any sort of battle could change the face of the earth so.
We fought our final battle 1800 years ago on the Norende Heights in the land of Kaldisla.
The Norende Heights? That's where the Great Chasm opened up!
In the end, Yuliana, High Inquisitor of the Crystal Orthodoxy, utterly defeated me. Lord De Rosso, leader of the Shadows.
You were defeated? But you're here with us today!
Yes, well, there was more to that final battle than meets the eye. You see, I ceded the glory of victory to young Yuliana that day. I say young in my reckoning, for he was already 100 then. Yuliana returned triumphantly to Eternia with what he claimed to be my remains. What he brought them was not human. And when the Templar attacked the head temple 15 years past, it is said they found my tomb deep underground. Ever dreading the darkness and my return, the Orthodoxy kept those duplicitous remains under arcane seal for over 1,000 years. 'Tis a tale replete with irony, is it not?
Such irony. Mega Elixir. Fuck it, I'm just running. Well... I have at least one more. Fucking bonus.
That is Sage Juliana.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. No one would mistake such a man for young now. Having put down the blood-sucking Lord De Rosso, bane of the Crystal Orthodoxy, he became the first ever commoner to become an archbishop. Perhaps it was a small honor they threw his way, for he was already 101 years old and would not long count among the living.
That makes it sound despicable.
Agreed. The truth is, however, that was when Juliana's plot was at its most clever.
The sage's plot? What was he plotting?
He was taking measures to separate you Vestals and the faithful among the people from the Orthodoxy's corruption. After serving some 80 years, he had witnessed firsthand how corrupt the institution had become.
Yes, it's getting corrupted.
Should nothing be done, it would not be long before the putrid poison would do harm to the most innocent of the faith. So it was he vowed to rid the Orthodoxy of the source of this poison, the concentration of power.
But how?
For the great feat of defeating me, Juliana had been made archbishop, but in name only. But such was not key to his plot. Timing was the key. The proper time to separate the Vestals and the faithful from the Orthodoxy.
And just what timing would that be?
The great upthrust of the Eternian Highlands. At the time, the Highlands were not so formidable as they are today. But a colossal movement of earth and rock thrust the Highlands to lofty heights, thereby isolating Eternia from the world.
Hold on a moment. He was waiting for the Earth to move? How could he have known when such an event would take place?
Yeah.
I shall tell you in time. For now, I will say this. Juliana bided his time till the Orthodoxy was cut off from the world. And at last, it happened. The Highlands ringing Eternia did thrust up to about half its height today. The Orthodoxy-ruled Eternia now found itself completely isolated, for this was an age preceding the airship. And while the Earth Crystal remained in their keep, control of the crystals of fire, water, and wind was returned to their respective temples. This, what you believe to be the true form of crystalism, is the fruit of Juliana's efforts.
That was the sage's doing? I won't ever call him a miserable old lech again.
Sage.
Sage. how many more floors are there? Okay. The sub's up here, so this is definitely the final floor.
What is that glowing jewel-like object? I could swear I've seen something like that before.
Is it Agnes's?
I believe you have seen a similar sight countless times. It is known as an asterisk.
Or that, never mind.
An asterisk? As in those objects we possess?
Yes, indeed. The second stage in Yuliana's plot against the Orthodoxy's authority was to deprive them of the power to grant vocations.
Grant vocations? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Before Yuliana intervened, special approval was required to change vocations within the Crystal Orthodoxy. In this way, the institution grew rich through fat profits they called alms.
Oh, so the Orthodoxy cornered the job market and the fees to participate therein.
In layman's terms, yes. But Yuliana exposed this fact before the reigning Grand Patriarch. It was then that Yuliana approached panicked high officials and the Grand Patriarch himself with a proposal of pure genius. He showed them a stone known as an asterisk, saying the granting of vocation should be based on it, overseen by the Orthodoxy. Those who sought such vocations would apply to the Orthodoxy and pay a fair price. Anyone with the means to pay could thus learn a new job.
That's no different from the old system where people had to pay alms.
No different indeed. But the Grand Patriarch and his officials had not but the material profits of the Orthodoxy in mind. Hence, they accepted Yuliana's proposal without question, even appointing him to the important position of overseeing the new asterisk system.
I fail to see how that really changed anything.
Well, it did far more than you would guess. For he was the only one who knew how to make the asterisk stones.
Why, that wily old fox!
So it was Yuliana robbed the Orthodoxy of its authority to grant jobs and took it for himself.
What of the Orthodoxy's profits? Wouldn't they demand Yuliana transfer the proceeds to their coffers?
Yuliana was long gone. Abandoning the seat of Archbishop, he fled with his knowledge of the asterisk craft. He also took arms and armor the Orthodoxy had seized from around the world, items of such power that their use was forbidden. He took them all and sealed them away in a hidden location. They now lie secreted away against the day the Orthodoxy's tyranny or some other impending doom threatens the people. He then hid himself in Yuliana Woods until those who knew him reached the end of their natural lives. But that did not take long, for I led the forces of the shadows to ensure their swift demise. I had always believed the Crystal Orthodoxy required not but the crystals, the vestals, and the faithful. With the institution free of corruption, I returned to my homeland of Eternia after a 700-year absence. Where my family's castle once stood, I built a fortress of ice from whence I have been watching over the Orthodoxy's head temple. Meanwhile, Yuliana retired to that land to tend to the Vestals, but you know of that better than I.
Say, Juliana.
Ow, come on. I got it. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Time to run. Can you run, bastards? Christ. Lilith's rod. It only gets worse from here. God damn.
I commend you for making it this far.
Thanks.
Oh, no more paintings?
The final painting lies beyond this throne. I shall reveal it to you if you defeat me in battle.
What?
The last test is a test of strength. I shall only reveal the painting to those whom I deem worthy. One might also say that there is no need for those who are unworthy to lay their eyes upon it. But be forewarned, I am a formidable foe. I trust you are well prepared.
Yeah, let's do this. As it can be. I'll make sure I grab a No, I have a feeling if I have these holy gloves on, maybe they'll do more damage. It is weak to a mega elixir and nothing else. And nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong. That's a lot of health. Oh, shit, I know holy. Oh, holy night, get your ass wrecked. Power! Take that!
Take this!
Take this! Nice! Does that restart? Like, I know it starts at the counter. Does that restart the counter?
How can this be? The immortal Lester de Rosso has been defeated?
Now we got a Nightmare Pillow. I'm very curious then, could I have done this without going through the Pillar of Light in the previous realm? Maybe. Oh well. Vampire absorbs stats and abilities when attacking. Learns the abilities of monsters, favors daggers, rods, and stabs. Genome drain, vampirism. So it's like the blue mage.
I am a man of my word.
It's like
Behold
the blue mage.
the final painting.
Behold! I grow weary. I bid you leave me in peace. That half amount, double the amount of rest in this area. This final.
This painting.
It is the angel descended from the heavens during my final battle against Juliana.
An angel?
When we last did battle 1800 years ago, the battle raged 100 days. The mountains of Norende rent asunder. Knowing the battle was reaching its end, I mustered the last of my strength to cast my greatest of spells. As my final attack surged forth, the angel did descend from the skies over Norende.
Are you sure it was an angel?
Verily so, for there are no other words to describe her. For a moment, Juliana and I stood captivated. Before we realized it, our struggle was forgotten. We both tended to the angel. But the angel lost her light. Her wings were shattered and her body torn asunder. There seemed little hope she would live. When she came to her senses, she trembled with fear. Yet with little remaining strength in her body, she made unto us an appeal.
What appeal? What did the angel say to you?
Ere she passed from this world, she slipped in and out of consciousness over many a day. In between ever-growing periods of unconsciousness, it was all she could do to mutter incoherently. A trap most vile, such a fool am I, the warriors of light, if it's not too late. These she would repeat over and over. When she did come to her senses, she would speak of the calamity that had befallen her. She spoke of how Luxendarc was on the brink of doom, and spoke with precision of the events that has heralded its coming. She herself was surprised to find that she knew of details of our past, and events of the future as well. The struggle between the old faith and orthodoxy, the tragedy that would befall my family, my immortality, even events of the distant future.
The distant future?
Yes, for the angel spoke of events that have not come to pass even now. Events that await you in your future. She told of a bringer of evil who would appear in the guise of one friendly to the Vestals and seduce them into unleashing chaos in the name of awakening the crystals. This evil one would destroy Luxendarc by piercing the boundary that protects this world, and the opening of a great rift that sunders the earth shall herald its coming.
The Great Chasm.
The angel told of many other omens ere the great chasm would open. The light of earth shall raise up the north, and a deathly plague shall cover all the lands. Then shall a great rift rend the earth. She then entrusted me with a certain task, one that only an immortal such as I could fulfill.
What sort of task could only an immortal fulfill?
That I cannot say, for she swore me to secrecy. But thereupon she quietly passed from this world. For 3 days and 3 nights, my former mortal enemy Yuliana and I spoke of what had transpired. Ultimately, we vowed to join forces to prepare for the coming doom of which the angel had foretold.
The painting of the angel. It all started with this fateful meeting.
Lord De Rosso, there is one last matter I fail to understand.
Why Yuliana and I forgave the rebel Templar, even rendering him aid?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yuliana and I conspired in a masquerade. He rose through the Orthodoxy's ranks for vanquishing me, and I went into hiding. That was when the first of the angel's omens came to be. The land's ringing Eternia began to rise.
The person they were talking about, or like,
While the second
someone
omen,
different
the
over with-
plague, had
Met
not
500
yet come
years
to
ago, called
pass,
Joanna,
we
right?
continued to watch over the crystals and the Orthodoxy. So did 1,700 years pass in relative peace, save for a handful of suspicious crises surrounding the crystals. It was not till 30 years ago that the omens returned as if out of legend. First, the land's ringing Eternia began to rise once more. 10 years later, the Great Plague struck, whereupon I knew the Great Chasm was coming. It was then that we began our preparations to strike. It was evident from this series of events that the crystals were involved in some manner. Before the appearance of the Great Chasm, we would assault the temples and seize the crystals. We readied our forces for this plan. I entrusted the task to the Templar, a former cleric of the Orthodoxy. He was also to lead the newly mustered host.
Father.
While far from infallible, that was the best response I could manage for the coming of the Great Chasm. But I was soon faced with another problem, for the Orthodoxy began conspiring to hold the grand ritual in a bid to regain authority.
The grand ritual? But that is forbidden! It raises the energy long accumulated within a crystal to a cataclysmic level!
Indeed, and the Templar feared the heavy toll it would exact upon the crystal. He counseled us to dispatch our forces to the head temple with the greatest of haste. Were we to overlook the grand ritual and focus upon the coming Great Chasm? Or was the ritual the event that would bring upon the chasm? To wait or attack? The Templar and I could not agree, and so it was. He alone decided to lead a great host against the head temple and the Temple of the Crystal.
That is why my father did what he did?
As I have said before, the Templar is not the sort to send troops into battle over private matters, be they concerned with his wife or not. We threw our backing behind the Templar-led forces. Forever did we believe in his tireless resolve and action. And though the one we backed is the one you have defeated, that is perhaps but a small link in the great chain of events of which the angel foretold.
Very interesting. This one definitely gave us a lot of stuff to think of. Oh, wow. They teleported me down here. Okay. Definitely gave us a lot of things to think about. And with that, well, I can't do anything. Genome ability, available to vampires from the onset, allows the character to learn certain enemy attacks they've withstood. Once you've learned an attack, it will show up under abilities in the encyclopedia within D's journal. You'll also find hints about which attacks can be learned from the bestiary. After an epic battle, Lord DeRosa showed his opinion of the angelic battle that had descended during the last battle with the sage. It was a splitting image of Anya as the angel told of the coming of the evil one, who would lead the Vestals astray. A great chasm would herald its coming. It seems the angel's omens had set the wheels of fate turning for all of us. Yeah, all these runes are just giving some of the stuff that we just learned from there. So that's, wow. The Vampire Gallery. Okay, so it's kind of just a little bit more of the, I think it just gave a little more of a, basically told us what we all knew. Those cutscenes is what I meant to say. So about this. Ah, the Magnus Bat. That's complete now. Demon Kind. Bosses, we got, of course, Lord DeRosa. I have no idea what the final job is gonna be. Alright. Well, guys, I think this is probably a good spot. Actually, before we do that, I guess we might as well almost go to that village. The old village. We should have rested. We should have rested. We have not. Yeah, we should have rested. Definitely, well, if we can get to that village, we can rest. I just want to see if there's like going to be like a special cutscene here or not. It didn't seem so. I think it's just the same old, same old. Oh!
Yes, perhaps. What is it?
Oh, never
You
mind.
may stay the night if...
It's just the same stuff. At least I'm assuming so. If this cutscene is actually a little bit different, then let me know. Oh. Dia remembers. Ah, just remembered. I've been here before. Really? But Adia, last time you acted as if you'd never seen this place before. Well, that's what I thought, but... Have you remembered something? How many years ago was that? I was still quite young. I'd finished my lessons and was returning to Eternia Castle Command for the city. See, when I got hopelessly lost. Here are these passages? That must have been awful. It was. I walked and walked, and nothing I saw looked familiar. I finally fell to my knees and began wailing like a baby. That's when my father found me. He was running and covered in sweat. I was worried to death, he said. A loving father desperately searching for his dearest daughter. It was already late, so we settled down in a small cottage for the night. Here in this village? Isn't this where your mother and father were born and raised? That's right. And the next day I received a good scolding. He told me how he had mastered Nobunatsa and even Ainhara out looking for me. I imagine that was one epic scolding, alright. But why are you remembering this now? That Eternian sweet bean bun jogged my memory. Eternian sweet bean bun? You mean that pastry we had back in the city? That enormous sugary monstrosity? Yes, I was supposed to waste my money on sweets. I bought one. I know. Yes, I wasn't supposed to, but I bought one anyway. It was so big, it cast a shadow over my head. And I was walking along stuff in my face. And suddenly I realized I had strayed far to the east of the central passage. That's just like you, Adia. But I'm surprised the Grand Marshal was able to find you. About that, I found later my father had done something much the same when he was a child. Like father, like daughter. That's what Master Nobunatsa and Ainhara said the following day. Your master and fellow student know you all too well. That is just like you, Adia. To have food jog your memory like that. Aw, that was sweet. I love that. Alright, before we end the part, let's look at the vampire job. Genome Drain. A character with this ability can learn certain enemy abilities when targeted by them. Genome Ability. Use a monster's ability. Restore HP equal to 30% of the damage taken from physical attacks. However, damage resulting in KO will not be healed. Absorb from one target the amount of HP equal to the damage dealt by a conventional attack. Physical attack, magic attack, physical defense, magic defense raised by 25% for 5 turns each time you defeat an enemy with your own attack. Has a 75% chance to place one target in the charm state. Absorb from one target the amount of MP equal to 10% of the damage dealt by a conventional attack. Raise the damage dealt by Geo abilities to 1.25 with an account. Absorb 1 BP from a target. Has a 50% chance to place all enemies in the charm state. Fully restore your HP at the end of a battle. Ooh, that's good. Absorb the selected stat from one target. Raise the damage dealt by drain attacks to 1.5 times normal. The BP drained by battle thrust will be doubled. A character with this ability. You have a 50% chance to recover from KO at the end of the turn. Your HP will also recover an amount equal to 25% of your maximum HP. Alrighty. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Bravely Default. In the next part, guys, it's time we go back to try to reawaken the castle, the crystals. Will it be a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. We shall see. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below what you liked about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, what do you think about the, oh, is this going to update? It did. Let me know what you guys thought about the, Vampire Castle. And were you able to do that before you went to the Pillar of Light for the first time? Let me know. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG Team Kid Twitter, are in there too. And thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.